Hello, how are you? I'm fine, thank you. Sit down, please. I'd like to speak English today too, to improve my speaking skill. Let's get it started. Today, it is May 10th, 2023. It's on Wednesday and sunny outside. How are you spending Wednesday? How do you like Wednesday? Wednesday is the middle of the week, and the condition of working must be ready and waiting for the weekend, I think, for many people. Are you waiting for the weekend? Do you have a work today, or do you have a school today, or is it a day off today? I'm jealous of those who can earn a lot of money without working, like the lots of profits from the stock trade. Are you also jealous of those who can earn a lot of money from automatic systems such as stock trade, YouTube videos profit, and so on? I'm jealous of those who can earn a lot of money without working hard. I wish I could earn as a lot of money as billionaire without hard effort. I wish I could earn a lot of money as the billionaire. I wish I could earn as a lot of money as billionaire. I'm jealous of those who can earn a lot of money without working. I'm really jealous of those who can earn a lot of money without working. Money is working for them. But I'm not jealous of those who are riding a luxury car, because I don't have the interest in cars. Are you also not interested in cars? Are you also not be jealous of those riding an expensive car? I'm not jealous of those riding a luxury car. I'm not jealous of those riding on luxury car. I'm not jealous of those riding on a luxury car. I'm not jealous of riding on a luxury car, fancy car, expensive car, exclusive car. Are you also not jealous of those riding on a luxury car? I don't feel envy to those riding on a luxury car, but I'm envious. I am envious of those who have talents or skills. I'm more interested in knowledge and skills than merchandises or products. Because products can be bought with money, but skills or knowledge cannot be bought by money. So I put more value on knowledge and skills. What do you value? What do you put the value on the most? What do you put the value on more? What do you put the value on? What do you put the value on? What do you put the value on more? We sometimes get depressed out of envy through SNS, social networking service. We sometimes get depressed out of envy. There are always tons of people having more things than us. Envy. Out of envy. Out of envy. Some people try their best to approach the same level as rich people out of envy. Out of envy. Out of envy. And some people try to approach the same level as rich people out of envy. Out of envy. Envy is one of the elements which I've been suffering from. Envy is one of the things I've been suffering from. Envy is one of the things I've been suffering from. I sometimes get depressed out of envy through social networking service. It is said the more we spend time on social networking service, the more we could be depressed. Out of envy. Out of envy. Out of envy. I don't envy those riding on a luxury car. I don't envy those riding on a luxury car, fancy car. I don't envy those possessing luxury cars. I don't envy those possessing luxury cars, fancy cars. I don't envy those luxury cars. I don't envy those with fancy cars. I don't envy those possessing fancy cars. I'm not envious of those possessing luxury cars, but I'm envious of those with talented skills and a lot of knowledge. I am envious of those with a lot of knowledge and special skills which ordinary people don't have. What are you envious of? What do you put more emphasis and value on? What do you put more value on? What do you put the value on the most? What do you put your value on the most? What do you assess the most? What do you put value on? Can I know what you put your value on? Can I know what you put value on? Can I know, may I know what you put your value on the most or more? Can I know what you put value on? 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 I put more value on knowledge and techniques than products. Are you envious of billionaire? Are you envious of the lives by billionaire? Are you envious of the lives by billionaires? I'm envious of the lives by billionaires. I wish I could have as luxury life as billionaires. I wish I could have as luxury life as billionaires. If only I could have as luxury life as billionaires. Even if I had the same luxury life as billionaire, I wouldn't be satisfied. I think this is a system of human. But I wish I could have as luxury life as billionaires. I wish I could have as luxury life as billionaires. I'm envious of them. What are you envious of? 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 It is often said that we should refrain from excessive exercise, drinking alcohol, and so on. Going beyond the limitation will affect us badly in everything. So, stopping within the limitation and taking the balance is the best thing. Excessive exercise will badly affect on us. Excessive practice will have a bad effect on our body, health, and so on. Excessive drinking will have a bad effect on our health. Excessive drinking will have the effect on us badly. Excessive drinking will have a bad effect on us. Excessive drinking will badly affect on us. Excessive drinking will have a bad effect on us. Excess of exercise, excess of drinking, excess of stay. The man was deported for excess of stay illegally. Excess of study before examination had a bad effect on my health. Hmm. Access. Access of studying started to have an effect on me. Excess of study daily started to have a bad effect on me. The pre-champion of the kickboxing told that excess of practice will make us even weaker. The pre-champion of the kickboxing told that the excess of practicing will have a bad effect on us. So we have so he said that practice should be limited within the limitation. Excess of practice will have a bad effect on our health. Excess of eating will also have a bad effect on us. Excess of eating will have a bad effect on us. Excess of your stay can be done hourly. 1 hour beyond the limitation. 1 hour beyond the scheduled time is for 1,000 yen. After 6 hours, you have to pay the same amount of the room price. The excess of the room stay can be done for a fee. But if you extend the staying time more than 6 hours, you have to pay the same amount of the room price, room fee. Excess. The doctor advised me to refrain from excess of exercising. Excess of driving, excess of practice, excess of drinking, excess of studying, excess of spending time on the internet. Excess of spending time on the internet. Can you limit the time spent on the internet? By doing so, excess will be the word you will never come across, run into. Can you stifle the time spent on the internet? Can you quell your feeling wanting to spend time on internet? By doing so, it won't be excess. I tend to prepare excessively before my performance. I tend to practice a lot excessively before my performance. Excessively. I am inclined to practice and prepare excessively out of fearness before my performance. And I tend to break my health on the examination day, on my performance day. I am apt to practice and prepare excessively before my performance or examination out of anxiety. I prayed for good fortune at the shrine. Good fortune. Did you also pray for good fortune at the shrine? I wish I could build such a great deal of fortune as billionaire. I wish I could build a great deal of fortune as billionaires. Fortune. I wish I could build a great deal of fortune as billionaires. I wish I could build as a great deal of a large amount of fortune as billionaire. I wish I could build as a good deal of great deal of fortune as billionaire. Fortune. And after building enough fortune, he went back to his home country. It depends on the fortune, whether or not you can hit the lottery. It's not by your effort. Whether or not you will hit the lottery, it hinges on the fortune. Depends on the fortune. It's dependent on the fortune. It's up to fortune. I wish I could have a lot of fortune as a billionaires. I wish I could build as a great deal of fortune as billionaires. I wish I could have as a lot of fortune as billionaires. I wish I could build a good deal of fortune as billionaires. I wish I could build as a good deal of fortune as billionaires. I wish I could build as a great deal of fortune as billionaires. I wish I could build as good deal of fortune as billionaires. I wish I could build as a good deal of a great deal of fortune as billionaires. I wish I could build as a great deal of fortune as billionaires. I wish I could build as a great deal of fortune as billionaires. Fortunate opportunity are you waiting for? Fortunate occasion will come out to you at some point in life. Fortunate occasion will come out to you, occur to you, happen to you at some point in your life. Fortunate event. We have experienced fortunate events sometimes, from time to time, on occasion. When I come across fortunate occasion, I get happy. I get glad. Whenever you come across fortunate occasions, do you feel that your ancestors helped you? Whenever you run into fortunate occasions, do you feel that your ancestors have helped you? Fortunate, fortunate, fortunate. Fortunate event, fortunate miracle. Every fortunate miracle came together at once and the product was created. The project was made come true. Every fortunate miracle came together. Thus, the project was made come true. Fortunate, fortunate event, fortunate miracle, fortunate timing. You enter the company. I'm not fortunate at all. But difficulties made my character. Adversity builds character. I like the phrase. Adversity builds character. It was fortunate of you to enter the company in the very selective small gate. It was fortunate of you to be able to enter the big company with very small gate. It was fortunate of you to be able to enter the big company with very small gate. How many examinations and job interviews did you take until you passed it? Fortunately, I could enter the company, but some of my coworkers left already because of reasons. Fortunately, the objects left outside were not blown off by strong wind by typhoon. It was my fault not to take all of them in before typhoon approached. It was too late to take everything in when typhoons were hitting in my area, striking in my area. Fortunately, all of the objects left outside were not blown off by the typhoon. The newly inaugurated CEO is trying to recover the good image of the company after undermining the image. Corrupt system of the company. Corrupt image of the company. Corrupt system of the company. Corrupt way of business came to light. Thanks to the inner accusation by the employee. Corrupt image of the company. Corrupt system of the business. Corrupt way of the business. Corrupt. Corrupt image of the company. A corrupt way of thinking. Corrupt way of the business. Corrupt business. Corrupt business. The newly inaugurated CEO is trying to turn the corrupt image of the company into a good one. The newly inaugurated chief executive officer totally turned the corrupt image of the company into a high quality one, a very good one. The newly inaugurated chief executive officer turned the corrupt image of the company into a very good one. Turn the corrupt one, turn the corrupt image, turn the corrupt image of the company into good one. Corrupt. No one wants to get into corrupt situation, status, condition, and so on. Corrupt. 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 Corrupt image of the product. Corrupt image of the product. Corrupt image of the product was changed drastically by new feature in it, which becomes very common in the world now. The corrupt image of the product has been totally changed by the feature attached to it, which is very common and very convenient now. And it is also indispensable in this world. Corrupt image of the product. Corrupt image of the merchandise. Corrupt image. Corrupt business. Corrupt business. Corrupt image of the product has been totally changed into a good one with a lot of convenient features in it. The corrupt image of the product has been totally changed by very convenient features in it. The careless remarks at press conference made him corrupt. The careless remarks at the press conference corrupted him. Disrespectful and Careless remarks at the press conference corrupted him at all. No innovation and keeping the same things might corrupt the company or shop or store. I don't know. It cannot be said to all of the things. Keeping the same things can work good too, so I cannot say coherently, integratedly. Not challenging and no innovation could corrupt us in this generation or society with rapid pace. No innovation and no challenging might corrupt us in this rapidly proceeding society, rapidly advancing society, in this rapidly advancing society. Corrupt. The disrespectful comments at the meeting corrupted him. The wrongdoings in the company corrupted the image of the company. The wrongdoings by the executives over the decades corrupted the image of the company. The wrongdoings done by the executives over the decades corrupted the image of the company. The wrongdoings of getting bribes by others corrupted the image of the company. The wrongdoing of the man getting bribe from mega companies corrupted him. The wrongdoing of the candidate sending money to the voters corrupted him. The candidate wrongdoing of sending money to the voters in order to win the election corrupted him. The image of the candidate was corrupted by sending money to the voters in order to win the election, which is illegal. The candidate for becoming a member for the municipal council was corrupted by sending money to the voters in order to win the election. the wrongdoing of the candidate, sending money to the voters in order to win the election, corrupted him. There are many kinds of corruption. There are many kinds of corruptions. Corruption of using companies' money for private things. Some people resigned from the position to be responsible for the corruption. Some people declare their resignation to be responsible for what they have done. Corruption, political corruption. Corruption, corruption, political corruption. The politician resigned on the spot to be responsible for his corruption. Non-profit organization has been sending food and drinks to the disaster-stricken area to help the refugees. Self-defense forces were dispatched to the refugee camp to help with the lives, tentative lives. The self-defense forces were dispatched to the disaster-stricken area to make a makeshift tents for the refugees from the natural disasters. Self-defense forces were dispatched to the disaster-stricken area, disaster-affected area, to build makeshift houses, to build makeshift houses, makeshift tents for refugees. Self-defense forces were dispatched to the disaster-affected area to build makeshift tents for the refugees in the refugee camp. Refuge was advised. Refuge was issued, ordered by the city through the horn, through the announcement. Refuge. Refuge. Emergent refuge was ordered through the home by the announcement from the city. Refuge. A tower was built next to the beach as refuge from tsunami in the future. 15-meter tower was constructed next to the beach as for refuge from tsunami. Refuge, 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 refuge. Quick but calm refuge is very important when it comes to the disaster, evacuation, and so on. Quick and calm evacuation are very important. Quick and calm evacuation is important. We shouldn't be in a panic. The first thing we have to be when it comes to disaster is to calm and have a right decision. Quick and calm refuge we should try to have. Quick and calm refuge. Quick and calm refuge. Refuge. Please make sure that you know the calls when you evacuate. Please make sure the calls to the refuge from your house when it is emergency. Please make sure the route that you take from your house to the shelter. Refuge, refuge, quick and calm refuge, 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 quick and calm refuge, refuge, refuge. Refuge. Quick and calm refuge. The advisory of the refuge from the municipal will be announced at very early phase to make sure of the safety. The advisory of the refuge is usually announced at very early phase to make sure of the safety. Refuge. The announcement of the refuge through the home from the municipal is usually issued at very early phase to make sure of the safety. Refuge, 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 refuge. I'm now being confused with the words refuge and refugee. I confuse refugee and with refuge. I'm confusing the word refugee with refuge. I'm now confusing the word refugee and refuge. I'm now confusing refuge with refugee. Refuge, refuge, refuge. Refuge. Refuge advisory is usually announced through the horn, through the speaker from the municipal at very early phase for our safety, to make sure of our safety. My relatives usually think highly of my qualifications. My relatives think highly of efforts. I had to make the best of my low income. I'm obliged to make the best of my low income. Let's make the best of my income, knowledge, what we have. Whenever I go abroad, I try to make the most of the opportunity. Eating the local gourmet, seeing the original views I haven't seen, and so on. One manju used to be divided into 8 children in my grandmother's family. Let's divide the budget into 4 of us evenly, fairly. What do you think is the best way to divide the budget into all of us fairly? Odd number cannot be divided fairly. No, maybe we can. Sorry, I'm not sure. I'm bad at mathematics, so I don't know. Odd number also can be, some odd numbers can also be divided into as fairly. For example, if it is 9, it is odd number, can be divided into 3 fairly. 3, 3, 3. On the way to the summit of the mountain, the pathway divided into 2 ways, but thanks to the explanation written on the board, we didn't lose our way. We could know which way we should go, we should have taken. Our interests will divide on the way in our life. The course we take in the future will divide. It's rare that you and your friends will take the same course forever. Each of us will take the different course. The course we take will divide at earlier phase of the life, from choosing the high school or junior high school, or choosing company, or where to live. The course we take in the future will divide from others. Perhaps you might take the same route, same course as your friends take, but it won't be forever. Our course will divide at some point in our life from others. The pathway to the summit will divide on the way, but it's easy to get which way to go from the explanation written on the board. The pathway to the summit will divide on the way. The pathway to the summit will divide on the way. There are 4 routes, but you won't be confused because the explanation is written well on the board. So you won't lose your way, so don't worry. I don't like dividing, multiplying, subtracting, and adding. If you add 5 to 5, you will get 10. If you subtract 5 from 5, you will get 0. If you multiply 5 by 5, you will get 25. If you divide 5 by 5, you will get 1. 5 divided by 5 equals 1. 5 divided by 5. 5 divided by 5 equals 1. 10 divided by 5 equals 2. The division of the department made customers more confused. The division into 3 departments made the customers more confused, so it was integrated again. Which division do you belong to? I was assigned to Research and Development Department division at first. I was assigned to Technological division at first in the company. After that, I was transferred to the Production division. Which division are you in? Which division do you belong to? I used to belong to the Research and Development division. Division between holidays and working day. Division between holidays and duty. The partition works as a division between rooms. The line is used as division to decide whether the ball goes beyond the line or not. The white line is used as the division between the ring and out of the ring. The white line is used as a division to judge if the ball goes beyond the line or not. Division. Division of the pile of tasks into 5 phases. We cannot do that at once. Division of a pile of tasks, a heap of tasks into some phases will be effective, and which also keep us motivated. If we produced a heap of tasks at once, we will be overwhelmed by that. But the division, a heap of tasks into some phases, will be better. Which division are you in? I'd like to know the extension number to your division. I'd like to know the extension number to the production division. The non-profit organization furnishes food and drinks to the disaster-affected area. The self-defense forces furnished food and drinks, and even bathtub to the disaster affected area. Hmm. Well, first I will try to furnish the furniture by myself. If not, I will ask someone to do that. First I will try to assemble the furniture by myself, and if I cannot, I will have my friend architect assemble that. I will have my architect friend assemble that. First, I will try to furnish the furniture on the wall. If I cannot, I will ask my architect friend to do that, assemble that. My genius friends always furnish me with good information, which is very informative. The self-defense forces furnished the disaster-stricken area with food and drinks and makeshift tents. The self-defense forces furnished the disaster-stricken area with food and drinks and bathtub. The self-defense forces furnished the refugees with food and drinks immediately. The supplier furnishes the retailer with tofu. The suppliers furnishes the company with electricity. The suppliers furnishes the company with decontamination spray, thermometer, and so on. The supplier furnishes the company with thermometer at the entrance. Is there a store furnishing us with free room for a reasonable fee? Is there a facility furnishing us with a renting room for our band's practice? Is there a facility furnishing us with an anti-sound room for our music practice for a reasonable price nearby? Is there a facility furnishing us with an anti-sound room for music practice nearby for a reasonable price? Do you think I can furnish the wall with the light? Do you think I can furnish the ceiling light? The ceiling with a ceiling light. Do you think I can furnish the ceiling of the ceiling with the ceiling light? Do you think I can furnish the ceiling with the ceiling fan? Ceiling fan. Do you think I can furnish the ceiling with a ceiling fan? Do you think I can furnish the ceiling with a ceiling fan? Do you think I can furnish the ceiling with a ceiling fan? Do you think I can furnish the ceiling? Do you think I can furnish the ceiling with a furnished fan? Ceiling fan. Do you think I can furnish the ceiling? Furnish the ceiling. Do you think I can furnish the ceiling? Furnish the ceiling. Furnish the ceiling with the ceiling fan. Do you think I can furnish the ceiling? Furnish the ceiling. Furnish ceiling. Furnish the ceiling. Furnish ceiling. Furnish ceiling. Do you think I can furnish the ceiling? Furnish the ceiling. Do you think I can furnish the ceiling with the ceiling fan? Do you think I can furnish the ceiling with a furnace fan? A ceiling fan. Do you think I can furnish the ceiling with the ceiling fan? The supplier furnished the company with thermometer. The catering company furnishes the catering shop furnishes some companies with food and drinks every day. The catering company furnishes some companies with food and drinks every day. The catering shop store service furnishes many companies in the region with food and drinks every day. The catering service company furnishes many companies in the region with food and drinks. The catering service company furnishes the companies in the region with food and drinks. Excuse me, I'm looking for furnished apartment with about 5-minute walk from the station, and the budget should be under 50,000 yen, around here. Excuse me, I'm looking for a furnished apartment with about 5-minute walk from the station, within 50,000 yen. Can I find that? Excuse me, I'm looking for a furnished apartment with 5-minute walk from the station and the university. And if it is possible, it should be under 50,000 yen. If possible, under 45,000 yen. Furnished apartment. I'm looking for an apartment with including everything for the life, such as washing machine, air conditioner, bedroom, bed, closet, and so on. Excuse me, I'm looking for a furnished apartment with 5-minute walk from the station. Furnished. Is furnished apartment popular? Furnished. Excuse me, I'd like to find a furnished apartment nearby. Excuse me, I'm looking for a furnished apartment with about 5-minute walk from the station and the university, which is reasonable enough to be covered with my income. Furnished. Is the apartment furnished? If the apartment is furnished, I don't have to buy a new one, so it's very convenient. I don't have to buy furniture, so it's very convenient. If it is the furnished apartment, if it is a furnished apartment, furnished. It is a furnished apartment. I don't have to buy a new furniture, so it's very convenient. I could get through the difficult situation because it was temporary. I tried, I got over the difficult situation thinking to myself that it was temporary. Do you have a famous phrase or word which make you get through difficult situations? Do you have your favorite phrases or words which make you get through difficulties? Can I know that? Do you have the phrases or words which make you get through difficulties? Do you have your do you have any do you have some phrases or words which make you get through difficulties? We are sometimes saved by such strong phrases or words. I, I was aiming at becoming a full-time worker in the company, but I couldn't. My contract was expired as temporary worker. I was aiming at becoming a full-time worker in the company, but it was my dream didn't come true. My contract was not renewed, and my contract was expired as temporary worker. Temporary. What is the difference between temporary and temporal? Temporal heavy rain. Temporal heavy rain. Rainy season is temporal. Many things are temporal. Bad days are also temporal. No bad days will last forever. No happy days will last forever. Both happy days and bad days will come out to us circularly. Temporal. Temporary. What is the difference between temporary and temporal? Temporal. Temporal luck. Temporal happiness. And some people try to obtain the temporal immediate happiness. Profits and so on. Temporary. Temporary opportunity, temporary worker. Temporary remedy. I'm treating my skin problem with temporary treatment. Only temporal treatment is available to my skin problem. I hope my skin problem will be eradicated drastically, thoroughly. Unfortunately, when I went to the amusement park, the attraction was temporarily under maintenance. Unfortunately, when I went to the UK, the cathedral was under maintenance temporarily, although I was looking forward to looking inside. Although I was looking forward to listen to the pipe organ in the cathedral, it was under maintenance temporarily and I couldn't enter. The similar picture, a poster was hung in front of the entrance. Temporarily. The tree gate was covered with blue sheet temporarily for the renovation. The large tree gate used to be covered with blue sheet for the renovation temporarily. temporarily, 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 temporary, temporarily, 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 temporarily. Unfortunately, when I went to the amusement park, it was temporarily closed for maintenance. Unfortunately, when I went to the amusement park, the attraction I was looking forward to taking was under maintenance temporarily. Unfortunately, when I went to the amusement park, the attraction I was looking forward to take was temporarily closed for maintenance. Unfortunately, when I went to the amusement park, the attraction I was looking forward to taking was temporarily closed for maintenance. Temporarily, 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 temporarily. Do you like amazing your friends with surprise, such as present, or making their dream come true? I was amazed to be able to pass examination with the low score. I was amazed to see the result. I was amazed to know the result. I was amazed to see the view from the summit of Mount Fuji. Do you like amazing your friends with surprise, such as giving them a present? Or giving him or her a present which is their favorite, something they have been wanting for a long time, and so on. Whenever I see the utility bills, I get depressed. Most of my income is absorbed into utility bills. Do you think so too? Is it the same situation as you? Utility bills are increasing, which is affecting my life. Increasing utilities is one of the ways to recover economy. It was not until yesterday that I saw that I had been deceived by the entity. It was not until I was informed of the information from my friend that I saw that I had been deceived by the entity. We might see that our health is the most important thing after breaking our health. We might see that health is the most important thing after breaking our health. We might find that health is the most important thing in our life after breaking our health. Is there someone working for utility company? Is there someone working for the utility company? Is one of your friends working for the utility company? Because I'd like to ask a question about the utility, because I'd like to save money. To my amazement, her shopping came to so much. To my amazement, her shopping came to almost 1 million yen. Her shopping came to almost 1 million yen, which amazed me. How much do you pay utilities? How much do you pay the utilities? I was surprised, I was amazed to see that the electricity bill, utility bill for the electricity came to 20,000 yen in his room for the month in winter. To my amazement, the utility bill for the electricity in his room in winter came to 20,000 yen. To my surprise, the utility bill for the electricity in winter in his room came to 20,000 yen, which was too much for me. Because mine was like 5,000 yen or 6,000 yen, never beyond 10,000 yen. So he must have used a lot of heater in winter because he is very, very weak to the coldness in winter. Mm. Utility. Utility. Utility bills. Utilities. Hmm. Have you ever tried plugging off the outlet frequently to save money? Have you ever tried frequently plugging off the outlets? Have you ever tried plugging off the outlets, sockets, frequently to save the electricity fee? Have you ever tried pulling off the socket or outlets to save money? Have you ever tried pulling off the sockets frequently to save utility bills? The utility bill for the electricity came to 20,000 yuan in his room for the month in winter, which amazed me. I was amazed to see that my friend's house, my friend's apartment. I was amazed to see that the utility bill for the electricity in his apartment came to so much. Turning off the faucet is the radical basic strategy to stop the water running, which can be set to my allergy too. The current treatment is nothing but a temporal, not radical method. So I'm waiting for the radical way of treatment for my skin. So, and I want to be set free from the itchiness forever. Please make sure that you turn off all of the switches when you leave the office at last. Please make sure that you turn off all of the switches when you leave the office last, okay? Faucet. Faucet. Someone must go away with the faucet running. The faucet is running. The faucet is kept open and the water is running. The water is kept running. Oh my god. We are afraid of looking at the utility bill this month. So someone must have gone with the faucet open because the water is kept running, which is a worst situation. We are afraid of looking at the utility bill for today, for this month. Faucet, faucet, faucet. Turn the faucet off. Please make sure that you turn off the faucet off when you leave, so that the water won't be kept up running to save money. Please make sure turn off the faucet firmly, solidly, because it can drop with through the narrow space. Because the water can drop through the narrow space. So please make sure that you turn off the faucet firmly, solidly. Please make certain that you turn off the faucet firmly, solidly, because the water can drop through narrow space. Such a narrow, tiny space. Faucet, 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 faucet. Is faucet water can you drink the faucet water in your area? Can you drink the faucet water, tap water in your area? Turn the faucet off. Turn the faucet off after using. Turn the faucet off after using. Turn off the faucet. Turn off the faucet. 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 Turn off the faucet off. Turn the faucet off. Turn the faucet off. Faucet. Faucet. Some people yell in a rage. Some people tend to yell in a rage. Some people tend to yell in a rage. Some people are inclined to yell in a rage. Some people are apt to yell in a rage. Yell. 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 Some people tend to yell. Some people are inclined to yell in a rage. Some people are apt to yell in a rage with rage. In a rage with rage. In anger with anger. Woohoo! She yelled with happiness. In happiness. Woohoo! She yelled. Yelled she. Woohoo! Yelled the athlete. In happiness. with happiness, with excitement. Woohoo! Yelled the athlete with excitement. In an excitement. Woohoo! Yelled the athlete with excitement. In an excitement. Some people yell in a rage. Some people yell in a rage. Some people yell in anger. Some people cannot help yelling in rage. Some people cannot help yelling in a rage. Some people cannot quell the feeling of yelling in a rage. Some people cannot stifle the feeling of yelling in a rage. The food fighter loosened the belt which was tightened. The rope was bound tightly around the shoe so that it won't loose. I tightened the seatbelt of mine just in case. Tighten your seatbelt. I tightened the security bar of the roller coaster in case of emergency so that my body won't brown away. Brown away. Brown off. The staff of the roller coaster tightened the security bar around me so that my body wouldn't be brown off. In order that my body wouldn't be brown off. The staff tightened the security bar on me so that my body wouldn't be brown off. Who tightened the needle? Base. Please tighten the base so that the wall won't be broken off, fell off. Please tighten the base firmly so that the object will not fall off the wall. Please tighten the base firmly to the wall so that the object will not fall off the wall. While I was in toilet, the lid of the kettle fell off from the pressure of the boiling water. While I was in toilet, the lid of the kettle fell off because of the pressure from the boiling water. If you operate the machine without regular maintenance, it will go bad immediately. Without maintenance, machines will go bad immediately, soon. Without decent maintenance, everything will go bad soon, immediately, in no time. The border measures were even more tightened for the security in some countries. The border measures were even more tightened. The border measures were even more tightened to make sure of the safety, to stop the infection. Because of the lack of the lead of the product, it was sold for cheaper price. Because of the lack of the lead of the product, it was sold for a cheaper price. Without decent maintenance, the machine will go bad immediately, faster, earlier, faster, quickly. With time, the product will go bad. It cannot be avoidable. It is inevitable, I think. Everything will go bad with time because of the oldness. Everything will go bad with time because of the oldness. Can I borrow your umbrella? Because it's raining. Sure, take it. Can I use your umbrella? Excuse me, may I borrow your umbrella for lunch break? Sure, I don't have to go out for lunch today, so you can use mine. Thank you very much. Thank you for lending me the rental car. Thank you for lending me your umbrella. Thank you for borrowing me your umbrella. Can I borrow your umbrella for lunch break because it's raining? But if you don't, if you need to go outside, I will not ask because it's yours. Sure. You can use mine because I don't have to go out for lunch break. I have a bento box for today. Okay? Could you lend me the DVD? Could you lend me the Blu-ray disc? Could you lend me the SD card for my travel? It's a difficult question. It's a very demanding question, but could you lend me your digital camera for my trip? It's okay if you cannot, because it's a demanding, very selfish request. Can I substitute margarine for butter? Can I substitute margarine for butter? At the job interview, I was told there would be numerous substitutes for me. In the job interview, I was told that there are numerous substitutes for me. I was told at the job interview that there would be numerous substitutes for me. I want the assessment process to be transparent and made public. I'd like the recruitment process to be more transparent and made public. I'd like the recruitment process to be transparent, translucent, and opaque. Transparent body of the cup. transparent, translucent, and opaque. Transparent wall, translucent wall, opaque wall, translucent. Excuse me, I'm looking for an instant glue. Where can I find it here? Okay, please go straight this pathway until you see the stationary flag. Thank you. Excuse me, I'm searching for instant glue here. Where can I find it? Okay, please go straight this pathway until you see the stationary flag. The stationary flag is numbered 12. Thank you. Can I substitute paste instead for glue? We used to use a piece of rice as substitute for glue or paste. I remember using a piece of rice as a substitute for instant glue or paste. I remember substituting a piece of rice, a few pieces of rice for paste or glue. I remember substituting few pieces of rice for glue or paste. I remember substituting a few pieces of rice for glue or paste. When I'm lack of, when I'm a want of, when I'm want of, when I'm a lack of, when I'm a lack of, when I'm a want of, when I'm a short of glue or paste, I used to use few pieces of rice as a substitute for glue or paste. Threading a needle is my weak point. It takes many time to thread the needle. I'm not good at knitting, so I leave knitting duty to you. I'm so clumsy, I'm super clumsy, so threading the needle takes time, like few minutes, or maybe 30 minutes at the worst. Needle and thread. Do you have needle and thread? Where do you stock the knitting tools such as needle and thread? Where do you store the knitting set such as needle or thread? Where do you store the knitting tools such as needle and thread? Where do you store knitting tools such as needle and thread? I remember me turning my face away when the needle is stabbed into my skin by the nurses when I was a kid. I remember turning my face away when the nurse inserted the needle into my skin for the injection. I couldn't look at the needle entering my skin at all, which was very disgusting, horrible, creepy for me. What is the difference between threat and string? Threat, 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 threat. Threading a needle takes me a lot of time. Threading a needle takes me a lot of time. Threading a needle takes me a lot of time. A lot of time. A lot of time. Threading a needle takes me a lot of time. Lots of time. Because I'm super clumsy. What is the difference between thread and string? Thread. Dyeing our hair was prohibited at junior high school and high school and elementary school, of course. But this school rule might change in order to match international standards. Have you dyed your hair? Yes, I dyed my hair brown. Have you dyed your hair? I'd like to dye this cloth blue. I'd like to dye this cloth blue. The color of my cloth is dimming. So I'd like to re-dye my cloth again. The color of my cloth is dimming. So I'd like to re-dye my cloth again. Fabric, textile, fabric and textile. I'd like to create my own fabric, textile, with my sign on it. I'd like to create my own textile, fabric. Where can I do that? Is there a facility where give us the service in which we can create our own fabric or textile? Is there a facility giving us the opportunity to create our own fabric or textile? Is there a facility offering us the opportunity to create our own fabric or textile? Is there a facility or store or shop offering us the opportunity to create our own textile or fabric? When I washed my jeans in the washing machine once, it shrunk. So washing the jeans might be the strategy or strategy when you fail to buy the one suit your size because it shrinks. But it cannot be said to all of the jeans. When it comes to my jeans, it shrunk. But when it comes to your jeans, it might not shrink. So it depends on the cloth which is used for your jeans. Trousers. Have you dyed your hair? Yes, I have dyed my hair many colors ever. Do you think the prohibition on dyeing hair in Japanese some schools strange or normal? Dyeing my hair was prohibited in my elementary, junior high, and high schools. It was not prohibited at university, so I dyed my hair at university. I'm looking forward to buying fabric with beautiful design in Kyoto. I'm looking forward to buying a textile with beautiful design in Kyoto. Fabric, textile. Can I wash the fabric? Can I wash the textile in washing machine? Excuse me, can I wash the textile in washing machine? Yes, you can, but it's better to wash it by your hands, softly. Fabric, textile, fabric. Can I wash the fabric? 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 Can I wash the fabric and textile in the washing machine? Yes, but it's better to wash them by your hands softly, kindly. The board of directors are discussing shrinking its business for recession. The board of directors will be discussing the shrinking its business scale. The executives are discussing shrinking its scale for recession. Shrinking its scale was observed frequently during the pandemic. Shrinking its scale of business was often observed during the pandemic. Many things started to recover after the pandemic. Many things started to go back to the normal after the pandemic, after shrinking. Many services started to come back to normal. Many services started to come back to normal after the pandemic. Many services started to come back to normal. Many services started to come back to normal. The situation before the corona again after the pandemic. Many things started to be normal again. Many services started to come back to the normal. Excuse me, I'd like to know if the trouser will shrink if I wash it in the washing machine. I'd like to know if the clothes will shrink if I wash it in the washing machine. Some companies were obliged to shrink its scale of the business due to the recession. Some companies were compelled to shrink its scale of business for the recession pandemic. Some companies were forced to shrink its business Some companies were forced to shrink its scale of business. Some companies were compelled to shrink its business. Some companies were compelled to shrink its business. Some companies were forced to shrink the scale of business. Some companies were compelled to shrink the scale of business. Some companies were forced to shrink its business. Some people were forced to shrink the scale of business. Some companies were forced to shrink the scale of business. Okay, I will finish speaking here. Thank you for watching. See you next time. See you.